You know that moment in a big game when everything is on the line and the best player on the court, the one who's made the shot 1,000 times, just missed. The intensity increased. There was so much at stake. In that moment, everything became 1,000 times harder. That's called choking under pressure, and it doesn't just happen to athletes. If you've ever stared at your to-do list and done nothing, opened your laptop and then closed it again, sat down to start something and ended up scrolling for 2 hours, wondering what is wrong with you. Today, I'm going to show you what's actually happening in your brain, why trying harder hasn't been fixing it, and the one thing that actually starts to move you forward. I'm Jessica Davis, licensed therapist and mindset coach for teens and young adults. I've sat across so many clients who look completely fine on the outside and felt totally frozen on the inside. They were smart, motivated people. They genuinely wanted to move and had no idea why they felt so stuck. And once they figured out how to unlock what was holding them back, they knew they could find the way through anything. Before we dive in, quick reminder, this video is here to support and guide you, but it is not a replacement for talking to someone in real life. If you're struggling with your mental health, please reach out to a therapist. And if you're in crisis, contact emergency services or a local helpline. You don't have to go through it alone. I want you to understand what's actually at stake. When you stay frozen, it isn't just one missed thing. It's the assignments that turn from 2 to then 5 to 10. It's the grade that stops reflecting how capable you actually are. It's the work tasks that slip long enough that people start to finally notice you're not able to keep up. It's the pile that keeps growing while you keep telling yourself, I'll get to it when I'm ready. And the longer it sits, the heavier it gets, to the point where it feels harder than ever to start than it did before. If you've ever tried to push through, you know how this goes. Maybe you made a list, and honestly, this can help. I'm a big proponent of lists. I love a good list. But have you ever written a list and then just stared at it? I know I have, because when I really looked at the list was so overwhelming that I just took a break. Sometimes seeing the full size of what's waiting for you makes it harder to start. Other times, maybe you do what I did after looking at the list. You take a break and you think, okay, I'm going to give myself grace and take a step back. So you grab your phone and you start scrolling, and before you know it, it was fun, but you're still in the same place. Once you've actually got done with the time that you've been scrolling or trying to get away, you realize that the heaviness is still there. The first option of writing a list didn't work. The second option of taking a break only just pushed off something that you know you needed to get done. Neither of these is really working, because at the end, all you're doing is increasing your overwhelming feelings instead of providing a way through it. And here's what I want you to know before I start to provide tips, because everyone has been in this place, the place where everything feels like too much and you just want to quit, where the piles feel so big that it starts to feel pointless to even begin. You are not the only one who's ever sat here. Trust me, we've all been there. But this moment isn't about what you haven't done so far. It's about what you want to enter this next phase doing. Because you have a choice right now. You can either let your mind tell you that you can't, that you've already proven that to yourself, that it's too late or too hard or too much or whatever, or you can fight and remind yourself that you've always had it in you to do what you needed to do. The motivation you're waiting for isn't going to come from someone else. It isn't going to arrive out of thin air. It's already stirring inside of you. You just have to let it come out. Before we jump into what actually works, drop in the comments. What is the one thing you've been putting off the longest? One sentence or one word. I read every single one. Think about the basketball player who's struggling making shots. They don't step back on the court to prove themselves with the hardest shot. No, they're not shooting half courts. They go to the short ones, the closest to the hoop, the easiest shots they can make. They stack small wins until their brain starts trusting them again. That's what I want you to do too. Go for the easiest win first. Not the whole project, not the full list, the smallest possible version of the thing that gets you moving. No matter what else happens after that, you've at least accomplished something you didn't think you could. Then what if you use that as momentum to keep pushing you forward? One win builds another. An athlete understands the importance of reps. They don't do just one. They know that's not going to help them build confidence. They know you hit one, then another, and the same thing here. One win builds another. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't even know what my easy win looks like, this is where AI actually can be really useful. Not to do the work for you, but it can help you break things down really well. You can go to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whichever one. There are tons of them out there now. You can say, I'm overwhelmed by my room right now. I have clothes on the floor, food to throw out, laundry to wash, bathroom to clean, makeup stuff to pick up, whatever. Just share what is in the pile. And then say, I have 7 minutes. Help me get an easy win on cleaning this up. It will help you find the smallest possible entry point, so you're not just staring at the whole thing anymore. Just the next step. Just one rep. You can do the same thing for a job application or anything you feel like you're honestly really pushing off. One of the things I started doing was giving AI my list of things that I wanted to complete for the day. And I'd give them my schedule because I really struggled with prioritization. And it would create a schedule for me. And I could go back and forth with it and say, this will take me a little bit longer, this task will take me less time. But ultimately, it really helped guide me through the day and get more accomplished. And I know that when I use this on a daily basis, I feel so much better about the direction I'm going versus when I don't. When I don't use it, I feel like I tend to kind of meander on different things. I take much longer to do certain tasks, and I really have to ask myself, what's the best way to spend my time? Sometimes I'll say, just give me one task, and when I'm done, give me the next. That way I don't get this full, long chat with AI that's overwhelming to read. If you know, you know. AI loves to give you way more information than need be. So yeah, sometimes I just tell it, give me one task, and then when I say done, move to the next. There are so many different options on ways that you can help optimize your day through this. When you're not carrying the pile, or the guilt, or the voice telling you that you never follow through, you start proving to yourself in really small ways that you can do what you said you're going to do. That other voice gets so much smaller. It's not gone overnight, but it definitely gets quieter. Things that felt impossible start feeling like something you can at least begin. And the version of you that was frozen, waiting to be ready, that version of you starts feeling less and less like who you are. Momentum is what leads to motivation. When you are actually accomplishing things, you feel like you want to do more because now you have a taste of it. Like, okay, I did it. The same thing in sports. When you have a really good game, you feel like there's nothing that can stop you because everything seems to be falling in place. You're getting the steal, or you're stopping the ball, or you've gotten a couple of aces in volleyball. All of these different things happen that help you feel like, okay, I'm ready. I can do this. I'm capable. And that's the same thing we're trying to create, that mentality inside our heads by giving ourselves quick wins. When everything feels like too much and you don't really have a plan, start with one easy win. Think about the sport you love playing, even if it was years, decades ago, it doesn't matter. Think about what it felt like to get that small win. When you first made your first shot in the hoop, you feel like you won something major, even though all you did was add 2 points to the scoreboard. Or the first time you learned to actually ride a bike after falling so many times. There's nothing better than the feeling of that accomplishment. That's where we're trying to get ourselves now. Once you get the rep done, celebrate it, embrace it, sit in it, allow yourself to feel like, wow, this is something that I was pushing off and I completed it. That feeling will help you to start to do more things, and you will feel that momentum. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Click the video on the screen. It's going to give you even more tools to take on anxiety. Thank you so much for listening. I do truly appreciate it, each and every one of you. Until next time, keep moving forward, trust yourself, and never forget you have what it takes to block out the noise.